Hello and welcome back to our Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 1 playthrough. In our last episode, there was a terrorist attack at the Zeiss Augment Tower. Grandpa was kidnapped by the men in black. We went in the wrong direction to chase them. Then we left Tita behind because she'd get in the way. Then we went in the right direction and we came to this red tower. And we came all the way up here. As you can see, we're a little bit beat up. But we made it to the top of the tower. The men in black had Grandpa up here. We just beat them when they pulled an airship out of somewhere, tossed Grandpa aboard, and flew away into the sunset with him. Thanks to Tita's interference. Well, Tita's now with us, and we're heading back to try to figure out the next step with the guild. So off we go. Off we go. Of course, all the monsters have respawned. Because why would you not?
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not now.
Oh, okay.
He can't reach.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
He's gonna miss. Oh, he actually hit.
Care for a rematch?
We've got a red pepper and a tender poultry. Let's eat you or him. Right, now let's get out of here. She survives on 1 HP. Better than nothing, I suppose. Lavender poultry and a red pepper.
Prepare to meet your doom! Come on, everyone! Yeah! Scary.
Well, yes.
That's that then. Let's move out.
And Tita reaches level 21. Let's miss. Just because we can.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Some olive oil this time. No, I don't want to go up. We want to go down.
Prepare to meet your doom! Come on, everyone! Yeah! Scary.
Should have done that.
Milled flour and clear gelatine. And some olive oil. Some milled flour and clear gelatine again.
Care for a rematch?
Flour and olive oil.
Should have done that.
I did not notice these when we came in. Found a Tita bomb. And an EP charge. Useful. Agate says nothing while saying an awful lot. Then Estelle asks, "What's wrong?" Agate says it's nothing. Just felt a little dizzy for a second. Tita says, "Ah, maybe from when you protected me earlier?" Estelle says, "That's right." Joshua says, "You did get shot, but I thought you blocked it." Agate says, "Just a scratch, it's no big deal." Tita says, "But it's my fault." Agate says, "Listen, I get worse injuries than this from shaving. Now quit fussing and let's just get back to Zeiss." Estelle says, "Okay." Joshua ponders further. Oh, right. Take off the sapphire. Take off the sapphire. That is a very rich laugh. Grasshoppers. As distinct from grasshoppers.
That's that then. Let's move out.
We've received a dirty carrot. Because why not? A man's voice asks, don't I know you? Oh yeah, it's Beefcake from before. Estelle asks, huh? Tita says, we met you on the way back from Elmo. Eastern Man laughs, and I appreciate you helping me on my way. I must say that it seems more than mere happenstance that we meet again on this road. Estelle says, you might be right. By the way, did you make it to the Hot Springs in Elmo, sir? The Eastern Man says, indeed I did, but please, there's no need to be so formal. Oh, but it does seem to be my first meeting with your friend there. He seems a bit green about the edges. Is he well? Estelle asks, And everyone turns to look at Agate, who just pouts. Estelle says, whoa, what's with your face? Tita asks, Agate? Agate says, shut it. I said I'm fine. And he collapses. And faints. Tita cries, eee. Estelle asks, what's wrong with him? Joshua says, 1 sec. Joshua thumbed Agate's eyelids back. Joshua says, not good. His pupils are starting to dilate. I think there may have been something on that bullet. Estelle asks, you mean he's been poisoned? The Eastern Man says, that appears to be the case. The pupil dilation could be an indicator of some kind of botanical neurotoxin. Joshua says, you're probably right. I can't be absolutely sure, but I think his life may be at risk if we don't get him some help. Tita cries, no. Estelle shouts, enough talk. Right now we have to get him to a doctor. Tita, is there one nearby? Tita cries, the Central Factory. There's a clinic on the 4th floor. The Eastern Man says, then please show me the way there. I will carry the young man. Estelle asks, are you sure? The Eastern Man says, my body is well suited to this kind of task. Let me handle the heavy lifting. And besides, we appear to be in the same business. Estelle asks, we are? Joshua says, you mean? The Eastern Man says, I have yet to introduce myself. I am Zin Vathek of the Calvard Republic Guild. I am pleased to meet you, Braces of Rebel. We have arrived back at the clinic, and Agate is lying at death's door in bed. Dr. Miriam says, first things first, we have to perform first aid. It looks to be some unique form of neurotoxin. My usual array of antidotes won't work on something like this. Tita asks, what's going to happen to him? Dr. Miriam says, well, he's a fighter, so I think he'll manage to hold out. But in all likelihood, the longer he stays in this coma, the greater the risk of death. Tita starts crying. Estelle says, no. Estelle says, Joshua. Joshua says, "Sorry I took so long. I had to report in to Killiker. She passed the info on to the military, so if anything comes up, we should find out soon." Estelle says, "Okay, thank you. Hey, where'd Zinn go?" Joshua says, "Apparently he and Killiker know each other. They had a lot to discuss." Estelle says, "I see. Well, they are both Easterners." Joshua says, "So, how's he doing?" Estelle says, Joshua says, "Not so well then." Dr. Miriam says, "Unfortunately, I'm not so well versed in poisons that I can counteract the effects without knowing the ingredients. But Father Vixen might be able to help." Tita asks, "Huh?" Estelle asks, "Father Vixen?" Tita says, "He's a priest in Zeiss." Dr. Miriam says, "He's built up substantial knowledge of medicine by tapping the Septian Church's millennium-old archives. He's particularly learned in pharmacology. He may be able to devise some form of remedy to counteract the poison's effects." Estelle says, I get it. The priest in Rolent is also really good with this stuff." Joshua says, "It's certainly worth asking about. It's late, but let's see if going to the church will net us anything." Tita nods. "Okay." To the lift. To the first floor. To the Augment Station. We've unlocked all of Estelle's. Joshua. Oh, we have unlocked all of Joshua's. Oh, that's right, we needed... time quartz, didn't we? Okay, let's unlock some slots for Tita then. Oh. We already have. But it is space quartz only. So we need space quartz for Tita. It's time, space. Tita's augment. Okay, she already has EP got to. Fine. So we need A moves. We need a move 2. So we can put the move 2 in there, and then an all quartz okay here. Okay, I'm going to put evade 2 on her there. What other wind ones do you have? Got evade 2, impede 2. Now, and head out to the guild. Zin says, "Ah, you're back." Estelle says, "Zin, I didn't know you were still here." "Thanks for carrying Agate earlier." Joshua says, "We're in your debt." Zin laughs. "Think nothing of it. Always glad to help a friend." Kilika says, "So, how is Agate's condition?" Joshua says, "Well..." Joshua relayed what they knew about Agate's current condition and about Father Vixen. Zin says, then he is in greater danger than I'd imagined." Kilika says, "Traditional church medicine, then. It is our only option, I suppose." Estelle says, "Yeah, so we should try the chapel. The longer we wait, the longer Agate suffers." Joshua says, "All right, to the Septian Church then." Kilika says, "Please hurry." hotel. And the church is over there. Ben says, hello there. Estelle asks, do you have a minute? We saw the posting on the bulletin board and brought some ingredients. We're kind of in a hurry, so can you go ahead and take a look? Ben asks, is that so? Please, let me see. Ben says, not very good. I need something with a little more pizzazz, something that makes your toes curl in an involuntary reaction to the pain in your mouth. Estelle says, that's too bad. We'll be back then. Felt sure that red pepper would see to him, but apparently not. Lane says, I believe we should turn to the goddess Aidos for guidance after today's events. You seem worried as well. I pray Aidos protects you and cares for you and washes your worries away. Sister Kira says, why hello everyone. What brings you here this late at night? Father Vixen asks, Tita, what brings you here at this time of night? Tita says, oh Father, please help us save Agate. Father Vixen asks, what do you mean? Estelle says, Tita, calm down a second. Joshua says, Father, you see, Joshua explained Agate's poisoning and the details of the poison itself. Sister Kira says, I see. Father Vixen says, this is troubling. Estelle asks, is there anything you can do? Father Vixen says, thankfully, we do have a treatment here at the church for virulent nerve toxins. It doesn't nullify the poison, but it does boost the patient's immune system so that he can better fight off the effects on his own. Sister Kira, you're familiar with the medicine I refer to? The Redicin, that's a new thing. Sister Kira says, I am, but the ingredients. Tita asks, you're out of ingredients? Joshua asks, what do you need and where can we get it? Father Vixen says, Zemuria moss is what we've called it. It's a species of bioluminescent plant. It should grow deep in the limestone cave inside the Caldia tunnel. We've sent braces to collect it in the past. Estelle says, the Caldia tunnel. We went through there when we came here to Zeiss. This should be a snap. Joshua says, then let's go find some of this Zemuria moss. Father Vixen asks, what, you two? Tita says, yes, Father, my two friends here are braces. Father Vixen says, I see. That makes things much easier. At any rate, go back to the guild and talk to the staff before going to Limestone Cave. There might be some record from earlier collection trips. Estelle says, got it. Joshua says, let's go. No, we need to go in a that way direction so that we can go in a that way direction. Into the lift and down we go. Joshua says, wait a second, Estelle. Let's go back to the guild house first and check over the old records. We still really don't know enough about this Zemuria moss stuff. Estelle says, well, that sounds fine to me. All right, yes, fine. I forgot that part. Killiker asks, what did Father Vixen say? Joshua says, he said... Joshua relayed the information about the Zemuria moss. Zin asks, moss, is it? Killiker says, if you need Zemuria moss, one moment while I check the information the church supplied. She looks through a few books. Killiker says, here we are. It can evidently be found in the northwest area of the Caldia limestone cave at the shore of an underground lake. Estelle says, northwest, limestone cave, underground lake. Got it. Joshua says, you might as well put it in the notebook. Killiker says, I've heard it said that the monsters in that place are quite strong. The last time the guild dispatched bracers to gather moss, a team of 4 veterans was sent. Estelle asks, 4 veterans? Joshua says, gathering the moss isn't going to be an easy task then. Zin says, in that case... Killiker says, as such, I suggest you take this gentleman with you. Zin says, ugh. Hey, can I please finish what I was going to say? Killiker says, oh, do you not wish to accompany them? Zin says, no, I didn't say that. Oh, never mind, you're just as frustrating to deal with as ever. Killiker says, you flatter me. Zin says, well, it wasn't intended as flattery. Estelle says, are you going to come with us, Zin? Zin says, yes, that seems to be the path that destiny indicates. I'm setting off for Grantsel tomorrow, but I can certainly accompany you until then. Estelle says, that's plenty of time, thank you. Joshua says, we appreciate it. Tita says, excuse me, I don't suppose I could come. Estelle asks, huh? Tita says, Tita says, I know that sometimes I slow you down, but Akate's hurt because he protected me. I feel like I've got to do something to help. Estelle says, Tita, hey Joshua, what do you say? Can we take her with us? Please? Joshua sighs, do I have a choice? Okay, Tita. Do you promise to let us take the lead and not do anything rash? Tita says, I promise. Joshua says, that's enough for me. Do you mind, Zin? Zin says, it's fine by me. Good to have you with us, little one. Tita says, thank you, sir. Estelle says, well, if that's all settled, then let's get to that limestone cave. Joshua says, first we'll have to take the Caldia tunnel from the central factory basement. We have nothing to report, and we're still junior bracer 4th class. Killiker says, nothing to report today. If you clear any other contracts, make sure you come here and report it. Indeed. Now we'll go back inside, meddle around with some more quartz. So you've got defense 1 there. Give you defense 2 there. got HP too. Poison or petrify. It's neither. EP got 2 there. Okay, so it has brass knuckles, metal jacket, craft shoes. Right, let's get going. You going to let us pass, Joshua? You are, look at that. Calder limestone cave. North Limestone Cave. Warning, beware of monsters. Ooh. Still, I'm not one to talk here. I do keep reviving just to be, did it again. Okay, the jet tortoise is gone. Now the tentacles are gone.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
I mean, sure. We received a monster carapace and a leathery tail and a fish egg.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Oh, we earned it. Okay. Thinking, what? We found a Tita bar. The chest is empty because you've already been here. I mean, you're right there. You sure you couldn't just punch? Just a little punch? Apparently not. He's asleep.
That's that then. Let's move out.
We received 2 monster carapaces. Estelle says, so, the Caldia Limestone Cave. Kinda mysterious, don't you think? Zin says, the monsters I sense inside are ridiculously strong, though. They ain't gonna go down without some serious punishment. Tita says, eee. Estelle says, sweetie, if you're scared, maybe you should just go home. You don't have to prove anything. Tita says, I'm okay. It's scary, but I'll be alright. Besides, we have to get that Sumerian moss, right? Estelle nods, right. So shall we head out? So, it grows to the edge of some underground lake? Joshua says, apparently so, yes. And that lake is supposed to be in the northwest part of this cave. Zin says, we should be extra careful as we make our way through. We don't want to lose our bearings, after all. Indeed not. Of course, we don't have a map. A blue penguin. Gee, that was almost spot on. Blue penguin has 802 HP, no particular elemental weakness. It can drop a bird egg or a mute. An excitable monster nesting in caves. It's skilled with water-based arts.
We're good to go.
We got a bird egg and a mute. and its pink penguin counterpart. It has 1054 HP, no particular elemental weakness. It can drop tender poultry or a tiger rockfish. An excitable monster nesting in caves will spontaneously sing to court a mate. I see.
Yeah.
We did it!
And Tita is now level 22. We got one tender poultry. Baby penguins. They have 807 HP, no particular elemental weakness, can drop savoury pinions or tiger rockfish. Penguin chicks nesting in caves. They have the ability to impede arts, adorably lethal. And dead.
Alright, we're good to go.
A yellow penguin has 1003 HP, no particular elemental weakness. It can drop a bird egg or a rainbow trout. An excitable monster nesting in caves emits a gas that disrupts enemies' defenses. Well, we don't want your gas.
Yeah.
That's that then. Let's move out.
We got a bird egg. Bird egg. We found a Tira bar. Chest is empty but covered in scratches. It spells out Mr. Tiddles was here. Well, good on you, Mr. Tiddles. The white penguin. It has 886 HP, no particular elemental weakness. It can drop a bird egg or a rainbow trout. An excitable monster nesting in caves can kill its prey with a single attack. Okay, so kill the white ones first. The green penguin has 705 HP, no particular elemental weakness, can drop tender poultry or a salmon. An excitable monster nesting in caves. It hurls fish with incredible strength. But yes, the white penguin is going first, possibly. assuming we hit it. And we did. Go us. Ow! You do fling fish hard.
Alright, we're good to go.
We received a bird egg. As you do. A red penguin. There's 901 HP, no particular elemental weakness. It can drop tender poultry or sleep. An excitable monster nesting in caves. Beware its pecking attack and sharp beak. I would, but the white one can one-hit KO, so, yeah, it's gotta go.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
We've got a savoury pinion and a tender poultry and a sleep. Monsters appeared. Oh, okay. So white penguin goes bye-bye.
Prepare to meet your doom! Come on, everyone! Scary.
We're finished.
Yay! We got a bird egg and a rainbow trout, 2 tender poultry, a tiger rockfish. We found EP3. Found zilch, nada, 0. Okay, movements. Still, we're changing your EP2 for EP3, which I believe we just got. We did. Okay.
Here I come!
Ah, well. It was always a risk. Oh well, we got it. We got it! Ow! Excuse me? Oh! That was nasty. Ow, that was really nasty.
Not now.
What do you mean 6? Tira 4, yeah? Yeah, we need to Curia. Yeah. Uncertain exactly what that did. Hmm. Yeah, no, we're running away from this. Providing we survive. Yeah, we're not going to survive.
I failed.
I really don't want to know what you did to mark him. If Curie will restore that negative strength, shall we? It will not. Well, that was significantly better than the first attempt. Two tender poultry, a bird egg, two rainbow trout, a salmon, and that was it. Choose your poison first, eh?
Yeah.
All right, we rule.
We got a salmon.
Yeah. Savor the victory. We earned it.
And a tiger rockfish. We found a Tira bar. An empty chest. Scandalous!
Yeah. They messed with the wrong guy.
We did it!
We're good to go.
Okay, let's see here. Barrage is a singlet, an extended, more powerful version of Pummel. Why would we not use that? Once disappeared. Lucky us.
Prepare to meet the duel! Come on, everyone! Scary.
We're finished.
This ends here. Piece of cake.
It's empty. What depraved individual would do something like this? I know, right? G impact. Strength plus 75, range plus 4, area medium, a forgotten experimental high output orbital cannon. Well,
They messed with the wrong guy.
Tiger rockfish. Estelle says, wow. Tita says, it's so pretty. Sin says, huh, now that's a nice view. Estelle says, uh-huh, and in a cave, no less. Joshua says, looks like we found the cave lake. The Zemuria moss should grow somewhere around here. Estelle says, okay, let's get cracking. Well, this looks like it might be mossy. Tita says, hey, look at that. Sin says, maybe that glowing stuff is the Zemuria moss. See, that's what I said. Estelle says, I wasn't expecting the moss to be so pretty either. Why does it glow? Joshua says, probably because it has a lot of the components that make up septium. Come on, let's gather it up so we can return to Zeiss. So we've harvested some Zemuria moss. Estelle says, looks like we're all set. Joshua says, well, let's head back to town and deliver it to the priest. Estelle nods. Okay. Zen says, hold up. Because of course there's something guarding this moss. Estelle says, huh? Joshua says, back. Zen says, on your guard. It's a giant killer penguin. Estelle frowns. Is that a penguin? An evil penguin? Tita says, whoa. Zen laughs. I guess that's the ruler of the cave lake. Joshua says, I don't think we're getting out of here without a fight. Apparently we're not, no. The king penguin has 6,880 HP, is slightly weak to fire, doesn't drop anything. Lord of the Lake Cavern. It emits an intense shock which can paralyze an enemy. Ow! Not nice. Ow! Nasty. Well, you probably should be paralysed with fear. Alright. Is it weak to KO? Guess we'll find out. Well, it didn't say resist, so... With this feeling that it kind of wants to go, but it just doesn't quite know how. We know he's got an ornery. We got him!
We did it!
We got a rainbow trout, and a bird egg, and 2 tiger rockfish. Estelle says, "Now I've seen everything. Stupid evil penguin." Tita said, "It was kinda cute, but still scary." Joshua sighs, "I guess we drove it off. We shouldn't waste any more time though. Let's go back before it decides to come back." Zin says, "Yes, that would probably be best. This moss is supposed to go to the church in town, right?" Estelle says, "Yeah, let's hurry." Terrible. Chest is empty. Nefarious. And we found another tear bomb. The chest is empty. Madness. 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 And we've got an EP Charge EX. The chest is empty. Nefarious. And yes, I am lost. Oh, we found our way back. How about that? Not done by skill by any means. To the church. Estelle says, "Father, we got the Zemuria moss." Father Vixen asks, "You have it? I'm impressed you were able to get it so quickly." Tita asks, "Can you use this to make that medicine?" Father Vixen says, Yes, of course. I need to mix it in the back. Come with me, if you please." Father Vixen says, "The blue and gold consecrated by Septium, the source of all things, abides here. O great goddess, we call on your will to shape and purify the power distilled within." Father Vixen says, "It is ready. Here, take this." We received Ava Sovereign Serum. Tita says, "What a pretty colour." Estelle asks, "Do you drink this?" Father Vixen says, "Yes. Mind you, this will not destroy the poison. It will only boost the patient's immune system so that it may deal with the toxic agent itself." Zin says, "How very Eastern." Father Vixen says, "It does share some of its origin with the more esoteric cures of the East. Go, take it to your friend." Estelle says, "Thanks." Tita says, "Thank you so much, Father." Back to the factory we go. Estelle says, "We're back, Doctor." Dr. Miriam asks, "How did it go?" Tita says, "The priest gave us the medicine." Miriam says, "Really? I knew he wouldn't let us down." We handed over the Sovereign Serum. Dr. Miriam says, "I see. This will stimulate his natural immune response. It's worth a shot. Now to get him to drink it. Just hold it to his lips and pinch his nose. He'll be fine." Dr. Miriam used an oral syringe to administer the medicine to Agate. Or you could do that, but my way's funnier. Everyone holds their breath. Tita says, "Aidos, please." Agate starts stirring, and stirring some more, and crying out in pain. Tita cries, "Eep!" Estelle says, "Whoa, why is he screaming like that?" Joshua says, "It's okay. I think he's going to be fine." Estelle asks, "What?" Zin says, "The medicine is beginning to take effect. It hurts and it's rough on his system, but he'll recover." Dr. Miriam laughs. "Exactly. This should take him out of any immediate danger from the neurotoxin." Estelle says, "Okay." Tita says, "But he's in so much pain." Dr. Miriam says, "Yes, and he will be for the better part of a day. But he'll be all right. He's going to pull through and make a full recovery." And so Agate's life was saved. Late into the night, Estelle and the others slept in shifts to watch over him. It's late at night and Tita's looking at stuff. Tita says, "That's strange. Now where's that spare towel? Aha!" Agate's panting in pain. Agate's screaming in pain. And Tita rushes back to him. Tita says, "Agate, he's sweating like crazy. I need to dry him." Agate stirs. Tita cries, "Agate, are you awake? I'll bring you some water." Agate asks, "Misha?" Tita asks, "Huh?" Agate says, "Thank the goddess. There you are. I'm right here. Don't be scared. Just... And he collapses back into his coma. Tita cries, "Agate!" Tita put a hand on Agate's forehead, confirming his fever. She wiped his brow and made a cool towel upon him. Gradually the pain left his face, and his breathing grew less ragged. Soon all was quiet and calm, and he drifted off into a peaceful slumber. Tita says, "Phew, thank goodness." But who's Misha? And we're at the Zeiss landing port the next day. Zin says, I am truly sorry for having to bid you farewell. Estelle says, hey, it's okay. We really appreciate all your help. Joshua asks, are you taking the ship directly to Gronsel? Zin says, yes, there is much I must do. If I weren't expected there, I would gladly remain, do my part to help resolve this kidnapping incident. Forgive me, little one. Tita says, don't be silly. You've done a lot for us. Thank you so much. Zin laughs, and I appreciate you saying so. A woman's voice says the express flight to Gronsel aboard the Cecilia will be departing shortly. All passengers, please go to the departure gate. Zin says, oops, time to make my exit. Take care. Hopefully we will meet again, fate willing. Estelle says, you betcha. Oh, how long are you going to be in Deberl? Zin says, I couldn't say for certain, but probably until the Queen's birthday celebration. Estelle says, maybe we'll see you there. Joshua says, until then, take care. Zin says, same to you. And the airship starts preparing for takeoff and flies away. And we head back towards the Orwell factory. Joshua says, now then, to the guild first. Maybe they've learned something about that airship from before. Estelle says, yeah, they might have some intel from the Royal Armed Forces. What are you going to do, Tita? Tita says, I think I'm going to look after Agate. Since he hasn't woken up yet, I don't think he should be left alone. Estelle says, Tita, that's fine. Let us take care of finding the professor. Tita says, I'm sorry. All I ever do is cause trouble for you. Estelle asks, would you listen to this kid? Where's that old spirit? Buck up, sweetie. We'll sort this out. Joshua says, I think it's a great idea for you to stay with him until he wakes up. We trust you to take care of him. Tita says, okay, and then rushes off into the tower. Estelle sighs. That's one brave kid. She's so sweet. I'm kind of surprised that she cares so much about a guy with absolutely no manners, though. Joshua says, well, come to think of it, you two are pretty similar to each other. Estelle asks, huh? I have nothing in common with that jerk. Joshua asks, how about your tendency to go off half-cocked, or how soft-hearted you are? He talks like a big jerk, but he's always trying to protect others. I think that Tita sees that. Estelle grumbles, well, I can't really argue with that. Fine, let's just go and see what's up at the guild. Until Agate's up and about again, we've got plenty we can investigate. Joshua says, that sounds fine. Right. Well, it is at this point that we shall call an end to the episode and come back again next time. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next episode.